Hello everybody, I'm the Nth Apple, and today we'll be taking a look at Omega, both his lore and the possibility that he may be included in Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn. First, backstory. Omega, or the Omega Weapon, is a recurring superboss from the Final Fantasy series, usually only available as an opponent either after the boss has been beaten or towards the end of the game. Its earlier incarnations went with the traditional and most well-known look of a metal sphere supported by 4 spider-like legs and a large yellow eye at the centre, which oddly enough is not a weak point. Throughout the series, its name has also changed to that of the Omega Weapon. However, it is usually regarded in the same video and as the same being, and for the purpose of this video, will be treated as such. The origins of Omega are largely up to speculation. However, one theory is that the Omega in every game is one and the same. They travel between each dimension by utilising the interdimensional rift seen in Final Fantasy V. This rift is hinted to connect all the Final Fantasy worlds, an entrance and exit existing in each world. Another theory is its creation. The creation of Omega is also hinted at in Final Fantasy XII, with the Euroton Yensa Bestiary entry stating that it was built to battle a great worm. The weapon was commissioned by an unknown patron to kill a powerful dragon, and in Final Fantasy XII, this can mean the Hell Worm or Yasmit. However, it was too powerful, so the weapon produced larval weapons, also with the ability to grow and evolve and adapt. The Omega Mark XII was the 12th one of these larval weapons, and it was damaged during the fight with its tracker broken and disappeared. Now, considering it had the ability to traverse dimensions, it can also be safely assumed that the other 11 weapons did as well, meaning they probably ended up in the different dimensions, i.e. the 11 previous games, the other worlds of Final Fantasy, and just grew stronger and adapted there. Of course, not every game had an Omega weapon, so some may not have survived. The dragon it was battling was most likely Shinryu, who is also a recurring superboss that exists within the dimensional rift along with Omega, making it the most likely candidate for the dragon Omega seeks to destroy. With the backstory out of the way, now we can move on to the main reason you're here. Why do I think Omega will be in Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn? Well, first of all, from here on out, this video contains major spoilers, so if you don't want to hear any of that, probably a good idea to close the video right now. Still here? Great. Well, the final boss of the main story arc is the Ultima Weapon, which has been designed by the Alag civilization as an anti-primal war machine. Without going into too much of the detail, the Guardian Empire obtained it, used the ether from the 3 primals, Garuda, Ifrit and Titan that you've already killed and beaten, and now it's full power and you have to stop it. Now, since the Ultimate Weapon has been introduced, as in the last online game, Final Fantasy XI, and in most every other game, if the Ultimate Weapon's in the game, Omega is almost certainly going to be there as well. Now, the role I think it's going to undertake in Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn is this. It's another war machine developed by the Alag. Now, since Ultima was already so powerful, Omega hasn't been announced yet, and the Crystal Tower's coming along with all of its bosses, which I'm going to cover in another video. Omega's going to have to be pretty powerful when he's released. Now, one possibility is that it was a weapon created to destroy Behemoth, or maybe Shinryu if they choose to add him into the game. It was another weapon designed by the Alag Empire. Of course, Alag civilization. Of course, it could end up as a fate like Odin or Behemoth, as in many other Final Fantasy games, Omega was a random encounter and you had to go and look for him in a specific area, which would make him suitable for a fate event. I expect Omega will most likely be added into the game as an enemy in one of the previously mentioned scenarios, or in an expansion pack, and if so, we won't see it for at least half a year, as they've already told us what's going to be released in the next patches, and you've heard nothing of Omega. I hope you enjoyed this episode, the first episode into what I hope is one of many videos delving into the lore of games, a lot of games that I like. If you enjoyed, please like the video and leave any feedback you have in the comments section below, along with requests of other things you would like me to do videos on. Follow me on Twitter for regular news and updates, and subscribe for more great content like this. I am the Nth Apple, and as always, an Nth day will keep your boredom at bay, and goodbye.